Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike at Filmboy24. Today, we're finishing up the 16mm found film that I got a few weeks back from Sacramento, California. That's right, if you missed it, take a look, because we did roll number one about a week or two ago. And to refresh your memory, it was the fella from the late 60s, early 70s, school campus, doing a bit of smoking, doing a bit of walking. You remember now. If you don't remember, go back and watch it before you watch this, although that one was probably, well, anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls left. We did this one already. We have to do these 4. Now, I wasn't overly optimistic about these 4, and I'll tell you why. This particular roll here, and yeah, by the way, it took me a while to get these to stay still up here. I know some of you are wondering. This particular roll was fully exposed. These were not. So I was trying to decide whether I was going to do one roll at a time and do a video, and I decided no, I'm not going to. And as you can probably tell, well, they've already been processed. That's unusual because we don't do things like that around here. Yeah, we did this time because they were not fully exposed, and I didn't want to waste a lot of your time, my time, doing the whole process in front of the camera and then we get nothing. For example, this I called roll 3 of 5. Had about 20 feet already exposed, and I tried to expose the end of each roll, and some of them worked, some of them didn't work. It was a bit of a pain. So I decided I would take my handy dandy Lomo UPB, you settle down, 1A, loaded up with 2 16mm films as opposed to 1, and process this in 2 batches, which I just did a couple of days ago. Results. It's like my neighbor, the old neighbor I had. Her best friend had a yard guy. His sister's twin brother's best friend. You know what he told me. Always expect the worst, and, well, sometimes you're probably likely to get it. We didn't get much. And so in hindsight, I'm glad I went ahead and processed it before I did the video, because I don't know if it'd make for much of a video or 2 videos or whatever. So basically this video, I'm going to show you all 4 rolls. And it's not going to take that long. Now I sort of designated each roll. I don't even know what it's based on, but I designated each roll, roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, based on whatever one was in front of me first. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll number 2, nothing. Blank. Images were not there. Bad. Roll number 3, a little bit. 4, a little bit. 5, a very little bit. And before we get a whole lot farther, I want to tell you that there is another batch of this 16mm magazine film that, well, let me just show you. There it is. God, I love editing. So my buddy Jim sent me this film. It was his grandfather's film that had been sitting around. I think I talked about it in my last video or 2. Well, 4 of them were pretty well exposed. The other 5, there's 9 rolls. The other 5, well, they were not really exposed. So I don't think we're going to get anything out of that. These 4 rolls, well, let me show you something. We did some, editing. We did some test strips. I'm here to tell you, Jim, we do have some images for you. I am going to show the results of this film. I'll probably do it in one episode as well. Although I think this film may have been filmed at 12 frames per second. Possibly. We'll know soon enough. But I did some test strips on all 4 rolls. It's not this, it's down there now. And it's in real bad shape. But we do have images, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be discernible. So stay tuned for that. Let me get rid of this, and we'll get back to that in 1 second. Okay, that's gone. We're back. Now, let's talk about this really quick. We know roll number 1, what was on that, because you saw that already. We know roll number 2 had a big fat 0 on it. Roll number 3, right here, this film is in really, really poor condition. Let me preface by saying that. A lot of spider cracking, spider webbing, fogging, mildew and mold, and it was just in really, really bad condition. With that said, let me give you a very quick peek at what was on roll number 3. Yeah, we remember that guy. Remember him from roll number 1. Let's take a look now at what we got out of roll number 4 right now. Yeah, up the stairs, into the building. Not real sure where he segues, and I know these are not in order of what probably the filmmaker's intention was. They're in my order, and I have no order because I'm me, so I don't know. One thing I will add before we get to this last one, which is the least important probably, this film, I now have determined it was loaded by somebody not Kodak. None of these were an actual 50-foot roll. They were all in the 35 to 45 feet range. And I came across this when I was loading the film, one of the rolls, I don't remember which one, but it was actually with some, I think, what is that, masking tape, which you don't use on film, but it was masking taped together inside the roll. In other words, to make up for a seemingly 50-foot reel, they ran out, so they just masking taped some more and finished off the roll. That was interesting trying to load that in a Lomo. In the dark, I had to take a little piece of clear tape and in the dark and try to tape it back together as I'm spooling it onto the spiral. Yeah, that didn't work too well. It worked okay. Last roll. This was the shortest roll. This one was only just a few feet that were actually exposed. And like I say, as you could see, by the way, I'm losing my voice too. I got a little bit sick the last week and starting to come back. I should say it's coming back. I'm not losing it. Let's take a peek at this last roll. And that's it for this odd little montage of 16mm film. Would have loved to see more of it, to kind of see the direction this person was going and what type of film that they were actually trying to make here. Would have been kind of neat to see, but that's all we have. That's the best we could do. So we're putting this behind us and we're forging ahead. If you enjoy videos like this, I want you to not hit the Lomo off the table. I want you to do me a solid and tap that like button. It means a lot to me. It helps this channel a lot more than you know. I would also love it if you would, yeah, right here, subscribe. That's not a button, it's just a picture. But do me a favor and subscribe because we got a lot more coming. I shot a 100-foot roll of Vision 2 50D a couple days ago in my Krasnogorsk, my new Krasnogorsk, in my new K3 camera. It'll be the last roll that I officially shoot before I convert it to Super 16. That's coming soon, within a month. Also, I promise. Hold me to it. And as always, if you have an old roll of film, no, I'm not talking about a roll of film that you shot yourself personally and you're just trying to get somebody to process it for free. If you have an old roll of film that came in a camera or you got it at a garage sale or you just, it's your grandfather's film and you want to see it live right here on Filmboy24, email me. Let me know. My email is in my About Me page on YouTube. And until the very next time that I see you, well, all of you beautiful people, I did it early. I'll see everyone on the very next go-around.